Hey guys, Pacific OG 94 here, and today I have another one of my interview videos with Super Mariozilla.
Hello, people YouTube. It is I, Super Mariozilla, or you can call me Vinny, and I'm going to be interviewed by Pacific OG 90 with a 4. I almost said 3 for a second.
You forget the number?
I almost said 93 for some reason.
That's fine.
I'm so
All
sorry.
right, so the way it's going to work is I have 10 questions here, and I'll ask you 10 questions, and you just obviously answer them type thing.
Sure.
All right, so let's start this. Number 1, what got you into collecting figures?
This actually goes way back until when I was 5 years old. I'm 18 now. When I was 5 years old, I was introduced to Godzilla thanks to my dad with the video game Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee, and then I absolutely begged my parents for a Godzilla figure. KB Toys was around at my time, so they went there and bought me both the Bandai Creations, Godzilla 1954, and Burning Godzilla, which became both of my first action figures. But that wasn't exactly the time where I started collecting seriously. Progressing to when I was 10 years old, which was 5 years later, I bought my first ever Bandai vinyl, which came all the way from Japan. It was the Bandai vinyl King Ghidorah, and it was a repaint. But later, I actually did start collecting my figures seriously. I asked my mom to give them shelves, and she gave me shelves, and I was like, all right, cool, I can now display my figures. Later, I did collect more figures. It was mainly the Bandai vinyls, but mainly it was always Godzilla, because I was strictly on Godzilla. But then later in life, I did start collecting some other stuff, like Super Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, Pokemon, and some Spider-Man stuff. I wasn't exactly a diehard Marvel fan when I was a kid for some reason. But then later, especially nowadays, I say 2013, I started collecting more of the premium stuff like SH Monster Arts and Figure Arts. And yeah, I expanded my collection a lot by collecting Marvel Legends, all that stuff, with just Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, again, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z especially. Like, my collection with that grew ever since I got into it, which is in 2014, I like to say. And yeah, that's pretty much what got me into collecting. I started collecting seriously when I was 10 years old, but later I evolved my collection to do something else rather than just it being Godzilla.
Wow, so you've been collecting for a while.
I have, yes. 8 years I've been collecting.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I could see some of your, I think it was a Marvel figures back there, right?
Yeah, yeah. My Marvel Legends figures are over there. One shelf has my import Marvel figures, which is SH Figure Arts or Revoltech, and down there is the domestic Marvel figures like Marvel Legends and Marvel Select.
So. All right. Number 2, what is your favorite Godzilla movie?
My favorite Godzilla movie has to be Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 or Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 93, whichever anyone prefers. That was actually the first ever Godzilla movie I ever saw. Sort of. My first one was technically the 1998 movie, but I kind of don't like to count that one. My first real Godzilla movie was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, and I was absolutely in love with that movie. I love the fight scenes. I just love the fights with Godzilla, Rodan, and Mechagodzilla. That was so awesome to see when I was a kid, and that later got me into learning more about Godzilla, and I started collecting more of the other films later in my life, because the first time I watched it was, again, when I was no, not 5. I like to say I was 6 years old when I first saw it. Yeah, my dad bought it for me. It was such a good time. And I just remembered I liked that movie the most out of all the Godzilla movies because it was my first ever movie, and it was my childhood. And I end up watching it more than most of the other Godzilla films today. Not saying the other films are bad. Oh, God, no. I still love most of them. But Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 has been my absolute favorite ever since.
It's a really good film. It's my favorite also.
Yeah.
It seems like a common... Okay, this is really annoying. It keeps flipping between your face to my logo, and it's really irritating. I don't know how to stop that, though.
If you go to the bottom right corner of the screen and click on mine or your picture, it should stop doing that.
Oh, okay, yeah, now it's stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I'm super professional. I definitely know what I'm doing. Now, what I was going to say, though, is a lot of people, including myself, started kind of the kaiju genre with the 1998 movie and then saw a Heisei film
Yeah.
Mine was, I started again with 98, but then I saw Space Godzilla. So Mechagodzilla actually was one of the later ones I saw, but it's one of my favorites. Either that or it's one of my favorites, yeah.
This definitely has been my most favorite.
All right. Number 3 actually goes with something that you like to do a lot. It's actually kind of a 2-part question, though. So,
oh, okay.
What makes you want to make fan films, and how long does it usually take to make one?
Okay, it's a bit of a tough one, so prepare for a lengthy answer. How I started fan films, well, actually, no, that's not the... What am I saying? Okay, what I was trying to say was, I used to watch a lot of Godzilla's fan films. Those were actually some of the first ever Godzilla fan films I saw. And later, I did see fan films like Godzilla X the Kaiju Killer. I'm not sure if anyone else has heard of that, but it is actually pretty good, well, at least for its time when it came out. And later, I did watch my friend Kaijuzilla 621's fan films, and I thought that they were just impressive beyond belief. And, well, that actually gave me the push to make my own fan film, because I'm a fan of Godzilla, and I like to show my passion and love for it, so I figured I'll make my own Godzilla fan film. My first ever one was Godzilla Vengeance. It's on my YouTube channel. I used the SH Monsters figures for it because I felt like I would be a bit too limited with the Bandai vinyls. So I used the SH Monsters Godzilla 2000, the SH Monsters Destroyer, Final Form, King Ghidorah, and Kuryu, the Tokyo SOS version. That fan film took me 2 months to complete, to get all the stop motion and also the human scenes all filmed. The fun fact: the human scenes had to be filmed in 1 day because my friend could not stay for long since he was busy with college. So we had to film all the human scenes in 8 hours, and in turn, that made them look a little bit rushed. And that's pretty much how I started fan films. I made my own buildings, but later I learned how to make the buildings. If you saw my building tutorial, learned how to make my own buildings in that way. Some people say just print out building textures, but I don't do that because absolutely nothing wrong with anyone else doing it. But to me, it just feels kind of lazy, which is why I want to make my own creative touch when it comes to making my own sets. Maybe there are some things I can print out and make exceptions for, but most of the time, I'm usually a practical guy when it comes to making sets. The only time I usually go digital is when I add in all the effects and stuff, but I can't do practical effects like real fire or explosions because my parents would have no problem with it, but they don't want the house to actually catch on fire.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and if anyone else knows this, I am currently working on my next fan film, Godzilla vs. Mecha King Ghidorah. It is a sequel to Godzilla Vengeance, obviously. And so far, it has been having a good production, better than the Vengeance. It's less rush. I'll definitely say that much.
And for how long does it usually take you to make one of those fan films?
It really depends. My fan film was all stop motion, and I plan to keep it that way. Well, actually, mostly stop motion because if you saw the scenes where I used the Bandai vinyl figures, I don't plan to do that again for Godzilla vs. Mecha King Ghidorah, because a lot of people could complain about that, and I can definitely understand why now. And yeah, it takes me about a month and 2 months to get that all done, to plan out everything, build the sets, get my green screen all set up and everything, doing all the stop motion, especially because Vengeance was over 2,000 photos, and I had to put a lot of time into that. It was not easy.
A lot of photos. That's dedication.
Definitely.
Well, props to you. You do make good fan films, so.
Thanks. Man.
All right. Number 4. Out of everything, well, I'll try to stick to mainly kaiju, but you can answer this for everything also.
That's
but
fine.
What is your least favorite figure? So like kaiju, and also maybe if you have something else.
My least favorite figure. Well, right now, my least favorite kaiju has to be the SH Monsters Form A and Form B figures. That's at least one of them, because I spent way too much money on that, and the paint job should have been something a bit more. That's at least in my personal opinion. I absolutely have nothing against anyone if they like the figure. That's absolutely fine if you do. But me personally, I just wish it was a lot better. And that's just one of them. My least favorite kaiju figure is the Bandai Creations Hedorah for obvious and meme-ish reasons.
Because it can't move, I'm guessing.
Well, it's not just because it can't move. It's just because it just feels like one of the laziest figures ever made. Even for like the time it was released.
I forget where I saw this, but didn't somebody like hollow or like cut a hole in it and use it as like a bank or something since it was hollow?
I don't know. Like,
I'm seeing that somewhere. Somebody like used it as a coin bank or something since it was hollow.
That's so weird. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I don't remember who it was.
I'm gonna have to look it up because that's actually interesting. And my least favorite figure that's non-kaiju is the SH Figure Arts Pikachu, because one, that the articulation absolutely ruined the sculpt, and the sculpt wasn't even that great. It just looked too not Pikachu, as stupid as that may sound. And it came with very little accessories. It came with 2 hand accessories, which barely had a difference. Up close, there's a difference, but are you really going to notice that difference up far because of how small it is? No, of course not. And it doesn't even come with any Thunderbolt accessories. Tamashii Nations released Thunder effects, which are $25 per effect set, but I paid $45 for Pikachu, and that's pretty expensive enough as it is, especially with how small it actually is. And I essentially paid $65 for a complete Pikachu, which was not cool at all.
Didn't they do something similar to that to Mario, where they had, like, when you got him, he came with, like, a coin there and a brick, but then everything else you'd want had to buy separate?
Oh, well, here's the thing. Those are technically, those are the optional sets. It was a problem with Mario, the first release, since his alternate hands and also his stand should have came with the figure in the first place. That was actually a mistake they corrected with Luigi, since Luigi, the Figure Arts version, actually came out with both of his hands and also his stand. But the other sets are completely optional. Like, no one's twisting your arm to buy them. Because with Mario and Luigi, while they may come with little stuff, they're cheaper figures than the average SH Figure Arts. So really, there's like almost nothing to complain about. Because Mario at retail was actually $24. Which is really cheap for an SH Figure Arts, so that's why I did not complain about the articulation and the accessories, because I honestly felt like I got what my money was worth, you know?
Only SH Monstars could be that cheap, you know, like, the Destroy Evolution set should have been, like, maximum $30.
It really should have been, because that set was ridiculously overpriced, especially for all you got. Like, if it came with a couple more crab forms, like, you don't need to include a bunch. Like, just give us 3 crab forms and I'd be happy. Or actually give us the stand for Flying Form Destroyer. It would have been fine, but no, that was ridiculously overpriced.
What was it, like $80, $90?
$90.
For that, they should have given you a lot more.
Exactly.
Just 3 figures, that's all they gave you?
Yeah, and also, the people buy Tamashii Stage Acts for the Destroy Flying Form, which are $15 per set, meaning people actually paid over $100 for a complete Destroyer Evolution set, which is absolutely not cool and ridiculous.
Yeah, they recently showed the new Junior, which...
Oh, yeah, the special color edition Junior.
For one, he doesn't look special. It doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't look special color, but this is one of the repaints that doesn't look as good as the original to me.
Nah, I actually looked this up on the Articulation Series website when you know it got officially put up for pre-order. The colors were supposed to represent the battle during the aggregate form Destroyer, where building debris were all over him.
So he's Dusty, basically.
Exactly. He's Dusty Junior.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it because I have the original, but
I have the original, and while I usually get figures for the beam, I'm going to skip on it and just make my own beam for the original Junior, because what's the point, really?
That's what I did. I actually had. I mean, I don't really display my figure. Well, I mean, I display them with the beams, but I made a custom Absolute Zero cannon for Kiryu, which I think I showed that in one of my videos I made, which was like how to make beams or something like that. But
I believe you did, yeah.
I made Godzilla Jr. a little beam. It doesn't look right when they put him with it, because when the mouth opens for Godzilla Jr., it's kind of weird. But I don't display him with it, but I'm like, I don't really need it. But it does come with a Destroyer aggregate, which is good. And it's not super expensive. It's only about $50.
I don't think it comes with the Destroyer aggregate.
It doesn't. That's false advertising. It showed the Destroyer figure. Then again, it showed Burning Godzilla too.
Yeah. We'll have to wait until it gets released. But yeah, I mean, definitely good for people who missed out on the original Junior. But me personally, I just wish we got more of a balance with new sculpts and repaints because
that Mecha Godzilla that's never coming out.
Mechagodzilla 74. That was confirmed for release. I was still waiting on the official price of release date.
I don't know why they don't just release it. I would buy that.
Yeah, it's probably because of the friggin' Heisei fanboy that's running the goddamn line right now.
Well, out of all the repaints, the only repaint I would buy really is if they made a Space Godzilla, a new one, I'd buy that in a heartbeat, even though I have the original, just because I love Space Godzilla that much.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
But one of the things I said they could do is like a flight mode Space Godzilla, but everyone was saying that that'd be too much of a new sculpt for them to do.
Too much of a new sculpt. I guarantee you that will happen one day.
Nice.
Yeah,
all right.
It would be nice.
Number 5. Why did you start YouTubing?
Around 2011, I was about 11 or 12 years old. It was one of those two. I forgot exactly. But I started watching YouTube videos with my sister. She showed me YouTube, and I had an absolute laugh at them. And YouTube was the reason I learned about the Bandai vinyl figures, because one of the first ever review channels I ever watched was Ultraman Chronos.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. My first review from him was his Jet Jaguar review. And I started watching him, learned about the vinyls. My first vinyl, again, was King Ghidorah, and that was actually my first ever review on my YouTube channel. And I got the YouTube channel as a birthday present on August 17th. I got to give myself my name and everything, though my sister helped up with the naming. I was not called Super Mariozilla before. I was actually called the Mario Brothers 17. But later,
I remember you when you used to have that name.
Yeah.
I would see you around, like, at the time I wasn't subscribed to you, but I'd look around videos and stuff, and I saw a couple of your videos, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing you with that name.
Yeah, I later changed it to Super Mariozilla because I felt like that was more of a better name, and kind of did show what my channel was about, because actually all the letters like Mario, Zilla, and Super, they have a meaning. Super means I'm a fan of superheroes. Mario means I'm a fan of not just Mario, but also video games, since Mario is technically the face of video games himself. And Zilla pretty much means I'm a fan of kaiju. So I wanted to give myself a channel name that represents at least most of the stuff that I enjoy personally. It felt like it was a better name for my channel, honestly.
Yeah, it is, especially what your channel is. Yeah. I think I don't know, because like for my name, when I named it Pacific Goji 94, I thought, Pacific Rim, Godzilla, and I love 1994 movie, so I'm like, yeah. But then when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I barely ever do anything Pacific Rim related. So, but I'm keeping the name now because it's kind of too late to change it, in my opinion. So. Also, I really don't think I'd be able to think of a new one, because I'd think of a new name and then I'd forget that I had a new name and I'd say my old name. So. Number 6. What do your friends / family think of your collection?
My family does support me in my collecting hobby, especially my mother. There was actually one time where she actually helped me save up for SH Monster's Mecha King Ghidorah, and that was a damn good time and memory. I had that absolute blast saving up for that one, and we were both happy to get it in the mail. My mom always loves what I do with my figures when I take pictures of them and put them on Instagram. Or Facebook, depends, and she also loves the stop motions I do with my figures. My dad also does like it, though he does question why I do collect different versions of the same character, like the NECA Godzilla 1954 and the Monster Arts 1954, for example. He questions that, but really, he's mostly okay with me collecting. And when my friends, whenever they walk in, they're always so shocked to see my collection, because they're like, "Oh my god, it's so huge!" And yeah, they all, some of them even ask if they're allowed to touch them. I say only with my supervision, because some of them are really fragile. And a lot of my friends most of the time do like my a lot of the times do enjoy my collection. All my friends and family support me and my collecting habits, and I'm glad to have for friends and family like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like whenever I don't have as much of a collection as you do, but whenever like my cousins or anything come over and stuff, and they go in my room or something,
yeah,
and they see the shelf, I'll say like, you can touch anything but not mods. Like, because the way I have my shelf set up is I have like the X Plus and like big figures on the top. Then the 2 shelves below that are Monster Arts, and then this below that is like Bandai, NECA, and stuff. I'm like, you touch anything in the bottom 2 shelves, but anything above that you want to look at, ask me, because like, I mean, I don't want them taking Mecha King Ghidorah and just like, I don't know, Mecha King Ghidorah is a fragile thing, and when I first got him, he was really sturdy, and his necks never fell off. Now that I've had him for a year or so, his necks fall off if I move him too much. So his foot falls off a lot.
No, it's kind of odd. It's like Mecha King Ghidorah is one of those figures that gets looser over time.
My Kiryu is real, like the torso at least. Like Kiryu and, well, no, I was gonna say Godzilla Rebirth, but the Rebirth has a reason for being loose, because when I got he was my first Monster Arts. When I got him, I was like, oh, articulation. I decided to move him everywhere, so his torso got really loose. But I did the nail polish trick, and it worked for right now. I don't know how long. I mean, I really don't touch them that much.
Collectors nowadays actually use Pledge floor cleaner to tighten their joints.
Oh, I can try that.
Yeah.
Kiryu's torso is really loose, but I don't exactly move my Monster Arts a lot.
Unfortunately, I do move mine around a lot. Not for like display reasons, but for figure pictures and also stop motion reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If you had my Mecha King Ghidorah, you would hate to pose him, because his weakness in the film literally could be his right foot.
Yeah.
I'd be like, target his right foot, and it just takes 1 step, falls off. That's the Mecha King Ghidorah like screeching sound effect, just tumbles with his foot.
Yeah.
It's really bad. But I love the figure nonetheless.
Oh yeah, like just because a figure has loose joints does not mean it's bad. It just means that you just got a figure that varies from figure to figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. Okay. From when you started, how has YouTubing changed you?
YouTubing has definitely helped me grow as a person. I got to make a lot more friends. You, GNG fan, Ryan Zeton, etc. And I did have a blast with YouTube. It definitely made me more of a mature adult, because I did stuff I should not have done, and people were telling me you shouldn't do that stuff. I said, oh shit, sorry about that. And I got to upload more videos, and I got a lot of nice comments that were constructive criticisms. They weren't exactly "this sucks" comments. Now they told me what I should change to make it better. I was just like, all right, thanks. I'll definitely take your advice to consideration. And I've always had a blast with YouTube. Like, I felt like I'm more connected with my fans, especially ever since I reached 1,000 subscribers, which I still love all of you guys for that. Yeah. Thanks. And yeah, it changed me to be a better person and to grow as a person. I know what most things right, what most things are wrong, and some YouTube videos I look up do teach me about life and other stuff. Like ironically, I looked up a few videos how to be a better parent, because I take care of my baby nephew sometimes. Those mostly my mom that taught me what to do. Yeah. But yeah, that's how YouTube changed me. I felt like it did change me to become a better person than what it was back then.
That's good. The only thing I can say is it made me really cocky. That's not a good thing. I get cocky a lot. I try not to be, though, but I do a lot. Like, yeah. I'll go in school and be like, I have YouTube. Worship me type stuff.
No.
I don't actually say worship me, but I one of my problems that I have is I have a really big ego. I remember when around the time I first started and I made my first tribute video, I showed my sister, who I love her to death, but she is terrible at constructive criticism.
Oh.
She basically just flat out told me, like, this is terrible, and I remember getting so mad at her for it.
Ow. Ow. Jesus Christ.
YouTube's a nice place, though.
Yeah. No.
Well, I don't want to say nice. It's all right.
How about this? It depends on who watches your videos.
Depends on the people. Yeah, like, you know, I think you've seen him around before. Super Kaiju Gamer.
I think I've heard of him. I'm not sure.
He has like Burning Godzilla as his profile picture. It's kind of like a drawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He commented on one of my videos recently, and I checked out his channel. It's pretty cool. So you do get to meet some pretty cool people out there from YouTube.
Definitely. I know that for a while I was watching YouTuber Steven's toy reviews videos. Then later, me and him actually became buddies.
I watched his videos a lot when I first started, but then I stopped watching because I started to, I didn't want to say resent him, but I started to not like his videos as much, especially what he does now is all right, but I just kind of skipped the first like 3 minutes of it because he'll do like a little skip, be like, haha, all right, Steven, let's get to the video, please. Type stuff like that. Also, the one time I saw, I don't know the guy. I haven't talked to him personally. Maybe one day I'll interview him. I don't know, but because that could be a cool interview. But he seemed kind of mean. Like when I tried to talk to him on, I forget, either Facebook or YouTube. I tried to comment or talk to him about asking a question. He was kind of like snappy or something like that. I don't remember, but anyway, I'm not trying to make that the focus. Number 10. What are your thoughts on the community?
You talk about the Godzilla community,
like the kaiju YouTuber community or kaiju community overall.
Oh boy, where do I even begin with this one? It's pretty bad sometimes, but at the same time, it's not exactly the worst community ever. There are communities that are just as bad, if not worse, than the Godzilla community. It is not just this community specifically. Most people are very disrespectful, and whenever I criticize SH Monster Arts, even though I say it's completely my opinion, you don't have to agree, they always give me a lot of them are Godzilla fanboys, especially, or just typical SH Monster Arts premium fanboys. They always criticize me in the most disrespectful of ways, and yeah, they have just been a lot of people. Yeah, listen, I'm sorry if I'm being rude, but to be blunt, I am so sorry if I offend anybody for saying this, but most people.
My channel's full of offending people. Okay. Go on.
But most people in the Godzilla community are absolute jack-offs. All right, there are so much disrespectful people in this community that it's almost sickening. Like we were. 2014 to 2015, I'll say, was the best year for kaiju, Godzilla especially. But later, it just evolved into something horrendously awful. Yeah, exactly. It just turned into something horrendously awful. I'm just like, what the fuck happened?
I kind of know one thing about it, because when 2014 came out, a lot of older G fans, including myself. I'm not saying I'm older. I'm a young child, but a lot of basically people who were already fans of the franchise kind of got reinvigorated with it because it's like, oh, a new movie's coming out, finally, type stuff like that. I remember before 2014, I didn't think about collecting figures. I didn't even think about Godzilla at all, besides occasionally playing Godzilla Unleashed, because there was nothing new. And then when 2014 came out, I was like, this is awesome. The problem with 2014 coming out, it's a good thing, but it was also a problem when the movie came out. Because of that, a lot of newer Godzilla fans joined the community who are mainly, I don't want to say American 2014 fanboys, but are either, like, they love 2014 so much that they don't know the rest of the franchise. And that also caused other people to become, like, Toho warriors type stuff.
Exactly.
They fight against the American army type stuff.
Exactly. That especially got worse when Shin Godzilla came out.
Yeah, because then you had the people saying, "Oh, it's a real Godzilla movie," but 2014, basically, you had all these warrior type people.
Yeah, I don't care if 2014 was not made by Toho. It's still a real Godzilla film.
Okay. I plan to make a video on this, but it's gonna be like 5 unpopular Godzilla opinions I have. One of them is a really unpopular opinion. I actually like the 98 movie. Not as a Godzilla movie, but I like the movie on its own.
Definitely a good movie on its own, but when you think of it as a Godzilla movie, it's, yeah.
But this is where I had a lot of people criticize me, including Alex, which, I mean, Alex is...
Alex who?
G&G.
G&G fan. I'm sorry.
I prefer the 98 movie over Biollante movie.
Yeah.
That's one of my unpopular opinions. People are like, what? How do you like the 98 garbage, blah, 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 over Biollante? And it's like, I'm not saying I hate Biollante. It's just I prefer the 98 movie just because it suits my taste. I grew up with dinosaurs and stuff, and even though he's not Godzilla, I do like Zilla as a kaiju, and I like seeing basically a giant T-Rex run around and stuff. I think a mutated iguana. I think that's cool.
Yeah. See that? I totally respect your opinion, but you see, that's the problem. People treat every opinion as fact when it's clearly not. Like one of my friends said, he didn't like. I think it was Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, or said Destroyer was overpowered, and he got so much backlash for it. It was almost not even funny, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with you dumbasses? It's not fact. That's just his opinion.
I remember a while ago I made a Godzilla Evolution video when 2016 was coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody commented on it like they said 1998 is okay. There were like 5 people that commented 1998 is the best in my opinion. And I go to them and I'm not gonna go and say like, oh, you're banned from my channel. No, I mean my favorite incarnation is a 94, then probably Shin, and then 2000 probably, but. There's no reason to go to somebody that, let's say, says 98 is the best Godzilla film ever. If they say 98 is the best Godzilla film ever, you don't have to agree with them, but don't go insult them for having an opinion, which is what tons of people in the comment section did.
Exactly, that's what they do.
Including this one guy who went and commented, 98 is a disgrace. He shouldn't even be in, and this is funny, that's why I'm starting to laugh at it. He said 98 shouldn't even be in this video. Whoever made this video, I want to tell him to F off. And I comment, I put a hem, and he's like, I'm going to report you.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, okay, goodbye.
I got that on both my some of that on both my SH Monsters videos and also my top 10 worst Godzilla figures list video. People clearly do not know what opinions are, and I'm so tempted to say clearly you don't know what an opinion is. And some jack off in the comments on my SH Monsters Part 2 video told me if I thought the NECA 1954 is better than the Monsters, I need serious medical attention. Fuck you, all right? I can like what. I can like what figure I like better than the other. I can like whatever figure I like better than the other. In my personal opinion, I like the NECA 1954 better than the Monsters. So you can sit on your Monsters, all right?
See, in my opinion, I disagree with that, even though I own none of them. But I'm not gonna go over here and be like, "You like NECA, you scum of the earth." Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. If
exactly.
You like something, you like something. There's no like,
but it also does not mean I'm saying the Monsters is bad. It's just my preferred version.
See, like one of the figures I own, which is the NECA 94 figure, I absolutely hate it. I don't want to say I'm contradicting myself. Yeah, I don't like it really at all. Not because of the figure itself. The figure itself is a good figure, and for $20 at the time, it was a really good thing. I didn't like it because it didn't look like 94 to me, because 94 is my favorite suit, and it looked more like 91, honestly, than 94 with the face.
Yeah.
Mainly. I also didn't like the collar thing, but I know people who say NECA is their favorite, and I made a video saying on my channel about the Monster Rights Decline, saying like it shouldn't be like this. I said, feel free to disagree with me. Leave in the comments below what you think of the franchise, and there were people that were doing that, but then they had there was this one guy. Oh wait, no, it was not that video. It was Gyro Productions.
Yeah, I do.
It was on the NECA Shin video. I went and said, I love SH Monster Arts, and I don't own it, but I honestly think the NECA one looks better, and that's true. I'm more of an SH Monster Arts person, but I like the NECA one's look more, even if it's not 100% film accurate. I like its look. I like the way it looks, kind of like the head and stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
Then you had some guy commented saying Monster Arts is way better. What you call yourself a Monster Arts fan to say something's or is worse than NECA, or NECA looks better than this, and you say you're Monster Arts a fan? I'm like, no, it's just an opinion. I'm not saying
that's a opinion. Just because you say you're a fan of a line, but like the other lines figure more than your line, that does not mean you're not a true Monster Arts fan or shit like that. That's just your opinion. You can dislike a figure within a line.
Exactly. Like for Monster or NECA, like I said, I like the NECA Shin, but I absolutely despise the NECA GMK. For Monster Arts, I love the okay, I actually can't think of Monster Arts I really hate. I don't really know any Monster Arts that I absolutely hate. But that's because I get all the ones I like. So
yeah.
But and then I went and said another comment replying to him saying that for the price point, I think it's better, because while the Monster Arts is obviously going to be more detailed and look nicer, it's the paint job for the Shin for like $300 and the problems it has isn't worth it versus $20 for something that looks like it was made around $20.
Exactly.
Or the Monster Arts Shin doesn't look like it was made around $400, $300. It doesn't look that expensive.
Exactly.
And that's when he started blowing up like that makes no and stuff like that. It's just nobody knows how to respect opinions, and I made a video saying this too, but no one watched it.
I was too busy with some other things. I will definitely check it out.
No, that was because it was a while ago. But
okay.
When this all kind of started, I pointed it out, and it had like 100 views, and I was like, oh, okay, fine. One comment. But the thing with the community is just if somebody says something that is different from what you think, don't bash them for it. Just say, okay, I think this. You don't have to go fight somebody or insult them just because they think
Wait. I'm so sorry, but someone's knocking at my door. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll just monologue to everyone watching this. What I was saying, everybody watching, is also this is kind of weird for an interview to be like this, but what I'm saying is if somebody says an opinion like, I think the NECA GMK is the best figure in all existence, and 1998 is my favorite movie, don't go commenting saying that it's the worst movie in history and all that.
All right, sorry, I'm back.
All right, what I basically said to everyone was the thing where I said, if somebody says the Monster Arts Destroyer Evolution set is their favorite thing in the line, and 98 is the best Godzilla incarnation of them, something like that, don't go saying, like, $90 for that crap. Are you an idiot? Why would that be your favorite thing? You disgrace. No, don't do that. Just say, all right, that's cool. Or be like, that's neat. Something like that. You don't have to yell at them if you think something different.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I don't mean to rush, but
that was the last question anyway.
Okay. I thought for some reason that there were 3 more questions.
No, we were at number 10.
Okay. I'm sorry, I lost track.
It's fine. All right, I'm gonna do my little outro thing. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This was an interview with Super Mariozilla. His channel link will be in the description below. Go check him out. Awesome fan film, awesome guy, or makes awesome fan films and is an awesome guy. I don't use English. Anyway, say goodbye, maybe.
Farewell, people of YouTube. I'm Super Mariozilla. I am out. Make sure to subscribe to Pacific Goji 94, even though you're technically already on this channel. And if you want to, if you think I'm okay, you can check out my channel.
Subscribe to him.
Yeah, like you said, I do fan films. I do reviews of figures, not just Godzilla stuff. I do reviews of Marvel stuff, Dragon Ball Z stuff, etc. And I think you may like what I have in store. Or maybe not. Can't please everybody.